Children's Hospital was through Maine Jackson's Art is Social Practices class. We discussed placement, and I wound up being placed with Children's Hospital as my community location, where I discussed with Grace Sarah the idea of doing a large tile installation. It was a series of terracotta tiles. The terracotta was manufactured from basically scratch. We don't pre-order materials. And we mixed the clay using the technicians that the university allowed us to use, as well as other volunteers and other class members. From there, the tiles were rolled out on Wayne State's campus in the ceramic studios in the basement of the Fine Arts building. And then they were transported on boards to the hospital. From there, students were given a single tile, and they were given a color palette, warm or cool colors, so essentially reds and yellows and blues and purples. And they decorated individual tiles, so it was their own individual artwork. After all that was done, the tiles were transported back to Wayne State, where they were fired and then glaze tested and finally glazed, numbered, laid out, and sent back to Children's Hospital for installation, where they currently are on the 5th floor. As far as an overall message, the figure has no race, it has no gender. It's kind of in a neutral area, which is exactly where I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be something that a lot of people could have some form of sentiment towards, or have some sort of interaction relationship without assigning, oh, that's a boy, that's a girl, that's a, I wanted that just to be just a silhouette. The closer you get, the more you see the little details and all the little figures and drawings and the individual work. So the overall message of the mural gets the idea of a lot of small fragments making an overall big picture. It does take a lot of tiny components, and it does take a lot of time to heal, but when all's said and done, you're left with this overall great experience and a great overall image. As far as what the big image really is, that's kind of a secondary thing. Working with the patients was very interesting because as children, they're not judgmental. We were taking tiles to patients who couldn't get out of their beds even, and knowing that we were giving them a moment to not think about why they were there, and just the response we got from their parents and coming back another day, and how happy they were that their kids were actually seemed to enjoy doing something that was completely so unexpected for them that they couldn't help but become involved in it. So I think it was a mutual experience where I think all parties benefited. As far as help goes with the project, we had people from the class that were from other locations that maybe needed more volunteer hours or were just interested in the project. The technicians from Wayne State University that had, there was no gain for them really other than just to help. I had family. I had my mother in the studio. There was a couple of times where we stayed till 2 or 3 in the morning just rolling out clay. Really, without all these people just coming together for this experience, and that's really where I feel the true art interaction occurred, was during the making process and the community interaction and working with the patients, and the mural really is just a byproduct of the actual art. I have learned through doing this mural that coming in with preconceived notions and prejudging a situation is never a good idea, and it usually always turns out to be a totally different experience than what you thought it would be. And it's just a matter of taking every bit of positivity out of an experience and growing as a person and watching other people grow. And I really wanted everyone who was involved to come out with some sort of growth, and just to have a smile when they were done, to know that they did something. And even if those children who did participate in the mural end up coming back to the hospital and having to stay again, or are still there, they have an opportunity to go back and revisit that piece and hunt down their tile. If ArtsCorps Detroit called me tomorrow, I would be more than happy to continue to work with them. I think it is a wonderful thing that's going on, and I hope it builds, and I hope years from now it's still going strong. And I know they have their hands on a lot of different things, and I think it's going to be really exciting what they're going to be doing. That I really do, I'm kind of have mixed emotions right now about receptions and receiving attention. It's more the experience that I wanted to have recognition for, and I was happy that the interaction between Wayne State and Children's Hospital was being highlighted. I'm really happy and really excited that Wayne State is willing to work with other community organizations and continue to do so. It's a resource that students here need to take advantage of. I mean, we're in Detroit, we're in a city, and there's no reason why we should, be insular and ignore that. We should take advantage of all the resources that we have.